Hey guys, Luke back with another video. This one's going to be Baldur's Gate 3, all unique items in Act 1. What I mean by unique items is any item that is in a static place in the world and you can't get it anywhere else. It's just one item. There are very many of them, and I took a pretty natural progression through the game, so if you want to follow along, you shouldn't miss any key points in the act. I didn't go to the Underdark until after I fully cleared the top side, so I recommend going there a little bit earlier, probably level 4. And the only other thing you need to know is that there's timestamps down below if you're looking for something in particular. And if you liked the video, leave it a like and subscribe for more guides, and I will go ahead and get started. First up, we have the Everburn Blade, and you can get this one before you leave the Nautiloid, so make sure you're still on the Nautiloid in the tutorial. And all you'll need to do is give yourself the command spell on Shadowheart. She doesn't come with it by default, so you're going to want to replace it here. And then before you go into the fight with the demon where you need to get to the transponder, all you have to do is use drop weapon command on the boss and he'll drop his Everburn Blade. And the blade gives a 1d4 additional fire damage on hit, and it's a great sword. Just gonna run up there real quick. Alright, I'm gonna try to use it on him if I'm close enough. I'm not sure if I am. Here we go, 65% chance. And he did drop his weapon, you can see it right there. And I'm gonna pick it up. And let's take a look at it here. It does 6 to 19 damage, huge for this early. Gives you those 3 things if you're proficient with it. It's a great sword and it is two-handed. Next up we have the Watcher's Guide, and it's a spear that gives you true strike. To get this spear, all you need to do is come to the Overgrown Ruins waypoint, and this is the very beginning of the game where you find Shadowheart, or close by. And there's a store right here that needs lockpicked, and it does have a really high lockpick requirement. It's like 20 roll to get through, so if you can't lockpick it, just travel through, up and over here, up to this bandit camp up here, and go ahead and defeat the bandits and either jump down this hole here or lockpick the door back over there, which is much easier to lockpick. And then you can make your way through to where I'm about to show you.
Trap. Be cautious.
There are traps all throughout here. You can either take the pots and just sort of cover the vents like this and go through and do that for all of them. Or you can come over this way. Make sure your party is clear. I already put mine over here so they don't get killed. But I'm going to go ahead and loot the sarcophagus. And that's going to trigger traps. So I'm going to take what I want and then immediately start running this way. That way I don't get killed. Go ahead and exit. Should be safe. If I can get to my character.
These things have stayed interesting.
And now I'll show you the weapon. And it is a spear. It's a throwing weapon. It's versatile, and it has advantage for attack rolls if you ever miss. Next up we have the Amulet of Lost Voices. This gives you level 3 Speak with Dead. And this is right after you get the Watcher's Guile and that trapped room right before you talk to Withers.
These boots have seen everything.
And the Dank Crypt. Go ahead and come past this lit up statue. And click this button here.
Something over there.
Come in this room and you'll find the amulet right here in this chest. Next unique item we have up are the Gloves of Power, and this one's really easy to get. It's just the goblin raid that happens right before you go to the Druid Grove and you rescue those people. And the boss one drops the gloves. You probably already found this item. I'm just going to go ahead and include it for completion's sake. And next up we have Hellrider's Pride. It's another pair of gloves, and it's just right after you enter the Druid Grove. All you need to do is head over here to where Zevlar is. You'll have to take a neutral stance on their argument here and just stand back and watch. Otherwise you'll need to do the full quest for them and save the grove, and then you'll get the gloves.
Should have done that a long time ago.
But if you want them now, just let them get knocked out. Walk on over here. Go ahead and crouch. And you can pickpocket them right here. And these make it to where whenever you heal a creature, they get resistances to that, and then a strength saving throw +1. If you want the 6 unique items listed in this timestamp, you'll head to the Emerald Grove, and you'll speak to the vendor here called Arron.
Need anything else?
And he sells all 6 of these items. So here's the gloves of missile snaring. I'll just pause for a minute on each one so you can read. Here's the ring of flinging. Here's the Hedge Wanderer armor. And the Rain Dancer.
We don't even know these people.
That doesn't matter.
Of course it does.
The Dragon's
You
Grass
accuse
weapon.
strangers over us.
That's not
And
what I
there
said.
should be one other one.
Can we stop
Here it is, Spellthief.
No?
And that's how you get these 6 items. Just bring some gold over this way and grab them. Next up we have Corellon's Grace. And you can find this item also in the Emerald Grove. Just head on over to the marketplace area over this way. And make your way down to Annie Ethel down here.
Auntie Ethel will sort you
Go ahead and trade with her, and you can find the staff sitting right here. And it gives you these 2 bonuses here. I'll go ahead and let you read those. And next up we have the Hunting Shortbow and the Safeguard Shield. I have a bit of a confusion going on in that when I came at level 2, I had only the shield in his inventory. And now that I'm back at level 4, he has the bow as well, so I'm guessing they add stuff depending on what level you are. And that also makes me think that the inventory might also be random in terms of unique items and which vendor has them. Because I looked up online and it said that there should be a blooded axe here as well, so I'm guessing it might be a little random in terms of unique items for vendors. I could be wrong and they just might have changed it in a patch or something, and that's old info. So take this all with a grain of salt for the vendors. Everything out in the world should be concrete though, so. Next up we have Komira's Locket, and this is also in the Emerald Grove. You'll just need to come to this part over here near Mattis, that little kid that sells you the rings. And then go over here. I'm going to go ahead and skip all this dialogue. But we're going to go through.
Moving ahead.
And we just need to save these people's daughter. And then return to them and they'll give us that necklace.
I'm sorry.
And she's right here.
Oh, I will imprison the devil. And do it.
Go ahead and try to persuade her. Or whatever you're good at.
It is out, thief. How?
And she's now saved, so we can head back out.
These things over.
And you talk to her,
Our little Hellion told us
and
what
she
happened.
should give us this. Next up we have another vendor item that may or may not be there for you, and that is the Whispering Promise Ring. Whoops, didn't mean to talk to him just yet. Come to the Emerald Grove, and then head down to the center here. And we're going to speak to Volo and check his inventory and see if he has this ring.
I must prepare to travel. Good day, my friend.
He does have it for me, and he may not have it for you like I mentioned. Check the other merchants, like the one in the Goblin camp, and just around you might find it there. If you want the Broodmother's Revenge Amulet, you'll head to the Emerald Grove. And then you'll head to this stone door right here. And to get this amulet, you will have to kill Kaga. And when you kill her, she drops the amulet. To get to this point in killing her, you'll have to progress the quest line a little bit, I think. So make sure you do that. But once you do that and then kill her, you get the Broodmother's Revenge. I tried to persuade her into becoming a good guy, and after I did that, she didn't give me this amulet, so I'm guessing you have to kill her to get it, and that's how you get that one. Next up we have the Amulet of Silvanus, and you can find this amulet in the Emerald Grove also. Just come down to where this bear is, sort of in the main ritual area, right here at the beach. And you'll need a character with enough strength to move this rock, which you should have one. And you'll find the amulet sitting right here. It does look like it's a steel, so make sure you are hiding.
I will take my pick.
We'll take a look at that. And it looks like it just gives you the Lesser Restoration spell. This next one is not an equipment, it's more of a quest item, but I figured I'd include it anyway because it has a pretty cool effect. It's the Idol of Silvanus, and to steal this, you'll first need to come to the Emerald Grove, for one. And then once you're down here, my method to steal this would be to shoot Darkness down. There's spells for this as well. And then take it. And then afterwards, somebody might run up to you and then accuse you of taking it.
Let's be quick.
And if they don't, that's good too. But if they do run up to you, you can do deception and talk your way out of it. But once you have the item in your inventory, this right here, it gives you this aura, Silvanus' Blessing, and anybody within 8 meters also gets it, and they get nature and animal handling proficiency. Next up we have the Cap of Curing, and you can get this one also in the Emerald Grove once again, just right nearby this bard girl who's singing. Go ahead and lockpick this chest. And you'll find the cap right here, and this one gives you, when you inspire an ally using Bardic Inspiration, they also regain 1 to 6 hit points. Next up we have the Ring of Color Spray. To get that ring, you'll need to head to the Emerald Grove, and then make your way up over this way towards the beach, and you'll find yourself a kid who is getting lured in by some harpies. Finish off all those harpies, and then we can go ahead and make our way back here.
Don't waste a step.
Go ahead and jump up here. And you should find the ring right here. If you want the Nature's Snare Staff, just outside of the Emerald Grove, right here, is a perception check, or survival check rather, and that'll let you open this stone door here, and it's a secret passageway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run through.
Glowing eyes are rarely.
This is a trap,
Let's be careful.
and the staff is somewhere over here, so let's go ahead and not
Moving in.
have Shadowheart die. Let's just let her die. I'll show you where it is.
I need healing.
It's right here in this chest.
We got the druid to keep ourselves entertained.
This is not going well. There we go. Got a lockpick it too.
Oh, this was more fun when he was screaming. Could wake him up by chopping off a toe. Then that'd be funny.
Alright. And that gives us access to the Nature's Snare Staff, and it ensnares targets on hit by chance, and also gives you topple. Next up we have Key of the Ancients, and you can find it near that Nature's Snare Staff we found earlier, and you'll find it on the corpse, or well, not the corpse, but the unconscious body of Findal here. Before you wake him up and send him off, you can pickpocket him. And then you can loot the Key of the Ancients right here. Go ahead and steal that. Doesn't matter because he's unconscious anyway, you can just keep trying. And that's how you get that one. Next up we have the Silver Pendant, and to get this one, it's just also right outside the Emerald Grove. Right here we're going to begin and head up this way. So go ahead and start jumping up. I don't think you needed to jump right there. Go ahead and climb the ladder here. And right over here on this skeleton, we'll find the Silver Pendant. Next up we have a 2-in-1 special, and you get the Vision of Absolute and the Oak Father's Embrace right nearby here. Just head over to the Emerald Grove environs and head over here. And then talk to these 3 NPCs here.
A vain notion.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip everything.
Glows marked on their flesh, and something. The injured man locks eyes with you.
Do you have orders for us? We were reported.
We're looking for fugitives. Survive.
I told Edward not to look in that.
Alright, and now we can go ahead and talk to his body.
Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. You must.
And then you can loot his body and grab the shaft of a broken spear.
Need to find a way forward.
You'll need that for the weapon. Whoops.
Nozell, how would you punish someone who wronged you?
Wrong me how?
Oh, say, murder
Owlbear
or
tracks.
theft?
Its nest must be nearby.
Looks like a shrine to Saluna over there.
Just go ahead and keep heading through here up to this owlbear. You can do whatever you want with this owlbear. You can fight it, kill it, help it. I'm gonna kill it. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip the fight for you guys so you don't have to wait. Alright, and after you finish killing the
We
owlbear,
just prolonged its misery.
pick up your fallen comrades and then loot the owlbear. Get the head of a broken spear. Open your inventory, find the 2 pieces, and combine them together. And that will give you the Vision of the Absolute. I'll go ahead and show that to you real quick. And now if you want the armor, just head right over here. And you'll find it sitting right here. And if you want the Moondrop Pendant, you can head over to the owlbear nest once again, just near the Emerald Grove. And then you'll head inside this cave mouth here. Once you're inside, make your way over here.
Mind my step.
Saluna statue.
Jump over here.
Stinking cave. Hardly a place of honor.
That might be worth.
And you'll find this Selenite prayer sheet right here. Go ahead and pick it up.
Just an old prayer.
Jump over here and then read the prayer in front of the chest.
It's unlocked.
And that will unlock the chest, giving
You
us
should leave it,
access
or
to...
even destroy it if possible. Do not
Hold on, let me get rid of her. And that'll give you access to the pendant. Next up we have the Haste Helm. And to get the Haste Helm, all you need to do is go to the Blighted Village. This is right after the Emerald Grove. And then head your way over to the center of the town, sort of near the waypoint. And there's a locked chest here. I already picked it. But you can find the helm right here inside. Next up we have the Fleetfinger Gloves. And to get these gloves, all you need to do is head to the Blighted Village right here. Just near where the Emerald Grove is. And then head down to right here. And you'll find a dirt mound.
Time to press ahead.
Near this tree.
What's that?
Go ahead and shovel it up. Make sure you got a shovel. And then the gloves will be right here. And next up we have the Steelforged Sword. This one's pretty much identical to the Short Sword +1, so I'm not sure why they added this one, but if you want that one, you can come to the Blighted Village and then lockpick this or jump down this hole. And then once you're down inside of this little blacksmith area, you can come over to this ladder. And then go ahead and lockpick this. And the sword will be right here. And as you can see, it's pretty much exactly the same as a Short Sword +1, so I wonder what's different about it. Next up we have Lump's Warhorn and the Warped Headband of Intellect. To get these two items, you need to come to the Blighted Village, just near the Emerald Grove. And then you'll head inside of this house here, and it has some ogres. You can see them here. If you want the Warhorn, which lets you call these guys to battle, you need to persuade them to give it to you. And if you don't do that, you can kill him and take the helmet, which is the Warped Headband of Intellect. It raises your intellect to 17. I am going to try to persuade him, and if I can't, I'm just going to kill him.
Stranger, be friend or food. The mark is her measure. Shows the brand of the absolute. Not. And you. No. Make me an offer.
Go ahead and persuade, or at least try. It's a tough go, so I'll use up my inspiration, see if we can get it. A 1. And I didn't get it, but he would give you his Warhorn, and you could use it to call him to battle.
A slip of the tongue.
But I'm going to go ahead and kill him, so we can get the helmet. And once you have them killed, you can go ahead and loot Lump. And you can get the Lump's Warhorn from, oh, I guess you can get it from his body. That's nice. So if you didn't get it from Persuasion, you can get it that way. And then you can get the headband right here, which raises your int to 17. Next up we have the Bracers of Defense, and to get these you'll head to the Blighted Village as well, just near the Emerald Grove. And then you're headed down the hatch right here. This is the Apothecary's Cellar. And then once you're down in here, just head right over to here. You can move these crates out of the way. Pull the lever. That'll open this here. Sometimes this bugs out for me and just like does this, so just walk through if it does that to you. It actually consistently does that for me, so it might just be on my end. But nonetheless, talk to the mirror here. Tell it your name. Yes. Wretched creature. To clean a wound. 2. Now we can go inside. And you'll find the bracers right over here in this gilded chest. Next up we have the Speedy Lightfeet. These are boots, and they are also in the Blighted Village. So just come to the waypoint and then head up to around where I am now, and you'll see a bunch of goblins. You can either persuade them to leave or fight them. And then after they're gone, we're just going to head over to this hatch right here. And then sitting right over here in this corner will be a chest, and that's where you'll find the boots. If you want to get yourself the Spider Step boots or the Spurred Ring, you'll head to the Blighted Village. And you'll come to the very center near the waypoint, and then you'll click on this well.
Apart from an overgrowth of moss, the coin disappears into the well.
And then you climb down it.
Let's not touch those webs or I'll end up as a meal.
And then you can make your way this way. Head over here to where this chest is. You'll find the boots sitting right here, and they make you immune to the webbing in this area. And the other stuff is just right over here on this skeleton. I'm going to send my stealth character to sneak past these spiders. And the Spurred Band here gives you, during combat, when the wearer starts their turn with 50% hit points, they gain momentum. And next up we have the Poisoner's Robe. And to get this one, you're inside of the same spider area inside the Blighted Village well. So just go back a couple timestamps and you'll know how to get here. But right after you looted that, I just headed over this way, and now there's a boss over here. My strategy for this boss is to destroy the eggs. There's a set here. There was one over here. I already killed it. And there's one over here. So what I did was set Lysel down here with the fire bomb. Gonna throw one there. And then I'm gonna take my guy that has the spider boots across this web. That way I don't alert the spider. Then I'm going to head right here and enter turn-based mode. And then I'm going to throw these. And then do hers. And that will clear these eggs out because this boss will try to hatch them. And you don't want that happening. As you can see, they spawned in the fire and they're just going to die immediately. And then I'll just skip to the part where I'm killing the boss and showing you the loot. And then once you kill the big spider boss, she should drop you the Poisoner's Robes. Next up we have the Sparkle Hands and Woodwode Shield. And to get these two items, you'll just head below the Blighted Village, just make your way south. And then once you reach this area with water and a bridge right here, you can start jumping
with haste
over into this area. In the upcoming area there is a fight, and I'll just go ahead and skip the part where I'm fighting to save us time. And then once you have defeated all of those enemies, you'll find the Woodwode Shield right here on this corpse, on one of the Woodwodes you killed. And you'll find the gloves right here in this chest. Next up we have Gandrel's Aspiration. It is a crossbow, and it's just nearby the Riverside Tea House waypoint, and that's right under the Blighted Village. To get this weapon, you will have to kill this NPC right here. He's a monster hunter, and he's level 5. And I'm not entirely certain if he has a quest later on in the game. He does mention something about Baldur's Gate, so I would advise against killing him if you're worried about losing a quest. But if you do kill him, he does drop his crossbow, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then once you loot them, you'll find the crossbow right here. The next two items we're going to do are the Ever-Seeing Eye and the Staff of Crones. If you want these two items, come to the Riverside Tea House under the Blighted Village. And then from here, we're going to make our way up into Auntie Ethel's shack. I'm going to skip all the dialogue and the fights. That way you guys don't have to sit there and wait.
Gods!
What is it? What's going on?
And now she will fight you and then retreat into this fireplace right here. So I'll go ahead and skip to where she's doing that.
Bye-bye, Lovelace.
Alright, she's retreating.
I can't have gone far.
Then you just follow into here. Once you're down inside of here, you just come over to this door here.
Don't look. Don't.
You are as this is.
Stop. Please.
Well, this is delightful.
And you can actually just walk straight through.
You feel crushing waves of fear. Scene appears, weapons, screams.
You let them in?
The door shut. You see the hag with a...
Alright, and now you should be able to just walk straight through. There's a fight up ahead. There are about 4 or 5 enemies to kill. Not too hard of a fight. Consider knocking them out, I think, because they're people. I don't know. But, do what you want. I'll go ahead and skip the fight and see you on the other side. Alright.
Can't slow down.
And then after they're dead, you come over this way, through here. There's going to be a lot of poison, a lot of traps. So I recommend either using slow fall and jumping potions and just jumping past it all. Or using what I'm going to do and stealth through with the Starion and just disarm all the traps. And give them like poison resistance potion and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll probably just skip past that because that'll take a while. And I figured on my last person I'd show you the path that I ended up taking through. So just go ahead and jump over to here. I take a little bit of damage. Just jump down here. I don't mind taking a little bit. Jump down to here. Actually, let's move up a little bit. Jump there. Jump over here. And jump over here. And now we're all together.
There. In the cage.
I'm not going to show the fight, because you don't really need to know it. Just know that if you spare Auntie Ethel, she will give you an item that permanently increases one of your stats by 1, and it's really good. So if you want that, spare her. Alright, and then after you are beating her up, she'll sort of surrender to you, and you can go ahead and choose to spare her, and she'll give you an item that increases the stat by +1. And it's pretty good, so I like to do this one.
I knew I liked you, dearie. It's your choice, sweetness. A wise choice. Here. Deals on, girl. And you're not leaving bollocks to buy.
And here's the item. It's Auntie Ethel's hair. Pick whichever one's good for your character. I'm gonna take Dexterity. And then we can go in here. And this is where we will find our weapons. Well, the 2 things we're looking for, the Ever-Seeing Eye right here, and the Staff of Crone sitting right over here. Here's the Ever-Seeing Eye. It lets you use protection from evil and good. And the Staff of Crones gives you Ray of Sickness and does pretty good damage. And then over here is Bitter Divorce. If you didn't free Ethel and you take this item, you can go with Myrena outside. Go up over here, and she'll be out here, and then you can resurrect her husband and use him as a zombie pet anytime you want. And if you want the Smuggler's Ring, you'll head to Where I Am Now, right above the Blighted Village, just right after you cross the bridge. And then you'll go ahead and climb down this cragged rock. Make our way over this way.
What path lies before me?
And loot the skeleton in the bush. And this one gives you +2 stealth, +2 sleight of hand, and -1 charisma. If you'd like to get yourself the Sword of Justice, you can head to Where I Am Now above the Blighted Village. And in this little house will be a guy, this guy right here, Anders. He gives you a quest to hunt Karlach, who's over here, and he'll give you his sword if you do it. And I don't want to hunt Karlach, I've already rescued her, so I'm just going to kill him and take the sword from him that way. So I'll see you on the other side of that. And then once you have them all slain, you can go over to the body over here. And then you'll find the Sword of Justice right here. And now if you want the Gloves of Heroism, you can head to Where I Am Now above the Blighted Village, right here. And then we're going to loot a key that's just sitting right here. And now we can go ahead and head up here.
I wonder when it opens.
A little laggy in here for me. Go down this hatch. And then now you'll use the key on this door.
I need to drink the blood with a fork.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
Through here. There's traps everywhere, so just be careful when you come through. Now there's 2 chairs. Have one of your companions sit on each one of the chairs, so just like this. Let's put Lizelle over here. And then you'll find the gloves right in one of these. There's poison on the ground, so be careful of these traps. And these gloves give it to where when you use your channeled oath spells, you gain heroism. Next up we have 4 items all in the same area. And all you need to do to get these 4 items is head above the Blighted Village up to around this area. There will be a bunch of gnolls and a cave with some guys inside that are trying to defend themselves. If you want the Speedy Reply Dagger, open this guy right here, and you'll find the dagger sitting right there. And if you want the Shattered Flail, go ahead and loot it from the boss that you kill in this area. And then, if you want the the Iron Flask rather, this thing right here, it has a beholder inside of it. So if you want a beholder, loot that. You can throw it and break it and release it. And if you want the gloves, the Reason's Grasp, they're up here in a chest. You'll need to lockpick this chest. There's a trap here under the feet, so be careful. And this one's also a 20 DC lockpick. If you want the Sparky Points, the Joltshooter, the Spell Sparkler, or Hammer Haft, you'll head to the top of the map, above the Blighted Village near the Knoll Camp. Inside this village here, there's going to be some burning buildings and people trapped inside. We're going to go ahead and head this way. I recommend bringing somebody with lockpicking because we'll need to lockpick a chest. That's a 20 DC, so bring lockpicking with you.
Can't move.
Go ahead and attack this.
Somewhere else.
And now we're inside of there. Go ahead and rescue this guy real quick.
Fire! Hurry!
And then you can head over into here, and the hammer haft is in this chest right here.
A crooked touch.
Right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and head out so my character doesn't die. And then I'm going to switch to Lysel and move this out of the way if I can. Then we're going to jump up here. You'll need a heavy strength character to move that. And then I'm just going to attack the door and break it down using my weapon. And then we can rescue this person here.
We can. Come.
Proceeding.
And then she will give us the choice between the 3 Sparky Spell Sparkler Joltshooter weapons.
Counselor.
May I trust you'll see it through? I fear that may have been the...
Right here. If you want the Abyss Beckoners, very rare gloves, you can head to the top of the map above the Blighted Village up here where the burning buildings are. And then you'll head inside of this building here.
Never wanted the easy path.
This guy will see you and you can tell him to chill out and he'll give you the key and head down, or he'll just run away and you can chase him down this hatch. Head over to this corner here where this wardrobe is. You might have to lockpick it if you didn't get the key from that guy.
What have we here?
Then you'll get a waypoint here, and I recommend picking a character that has good persuasion or intimidation, because up here there will be a check to get through.
That's far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean. Trade with butts? We do.
One step at a time.
Alright, now we can go in.
I see a trap.
Don't get comfortable.
Climb this ladder over here. And you can start heading this way. We need to go over to this door. Go ahead and lockpick this door. It's a hard lockpick, so use your best character for it. As you can see, it's 20. Go ahead and head inside, and inside of this chest, you'll find the gloves you're looking for. If you want the 5 items listed in this timestamp, you need to head to the Goblin Camp just west of the Blighted Village, right over here. And you need to be friendly with the goblins, and you can rescue Sazza in the Emerald Grove to do that. That's how I did it. And then you'll come to this trader here, Grat the Trader.
I got stuff.
Go ahead and trade, and he has the 5 unique items, Swiresy Shoes. Hide Armor +2, I believe this is unique to him. Gloves of Archery. The Boots of Aid and Comfort. And the Returning Pike. And if you'd like to get yourself the glowing shield, you can head to the Goblin Camp once again. And then once you're here, near the waypoint, there's going to be a ladder right over here. Go ahead and climb it. And then back through here, there's going to be a ton of traps right here, like literally like 50, so be careful here. And then go to this chest here, and it's going to be locked. Lockpick it. I already did this. And then you'll find the shield sitting right here. If you want to get yourself Crusher's Ring, you can head to the Goblin Camp. And then right here, near the waypoint, there will be a goblin that's given a speech to 3 other goblins. You need to find a way to kill him without alerting these goblins of your presence, or they will all be hostile in this camp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck a barrel full of dead goblins at them and kill them. And then whenever they're all distracted, I'm going to shoot darkness down and loot them with Astarion over here. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put him back into stealth. And then get her away. And now that they're all running, whoops. Just go ahead and stall. Throw darkness down just to be safe. You see the ring here, Crusher's Ring, plus 10 feet movement speed. Not sure what the meters conversion is there, but there it is. If you want the Ritual Axe or Ritual Dagger, you can head to the Goblin Camp and then go inside the big main building. And once you're in here, make a right to the right hand side, and then go in this room. And the 2 weapons are right here on the table. To steal them, I'm just going to use Darkness. And then I'll leave the room, that way they don't say that I did it. And here's the axe. And here's the dagger. And also just nearby where you picked up the axe and dagger, you can also purchase a mace from this guy. The Loviatar Scourge. And next up we have the Assassin's Touch Dagger. To get this dagger, you'll need to first go over to the Emerald Grove and rescue Sazza. She'll be back here, locked in a prison cell in the northern part of the Emerald Grove. You can escort her out to safety, and then you'll again meet her over here when you first enter the Goblin Camp through this bridge, and she'll escort you up through. And then you can go to the big main Goblin building, where I'm at now. And then we're headed all the way back up to the top right hand corner, save the Goblin Sazza. You'll probably see it on your map, so I'll go ahead and skip to being up there. And we'll come back here and talk to Sazza.
Prisoner, I'll talk, your ladyship.
You fit.
No, I'm not up, I'm sorry.
She's telling the truth, she didn't know.
The kill, on the other hand, participating in the slaughter as she asked.
I want no part of
The
this.
Absolute brought you here for a reason. To throw open those gates and crush
This one here, or whichever one you want to do, and then grab Assassin's Touch as a quest reward.
We won't let you down.
Here's one that just randomly popped up, the Blazer of Benevolence. I got this for helping Volo in the Goblin Camp escape. So if you want this chest piece here, help Volo inside of the Goblin Camp, and that's how you get that one. Next up we have Beastmaster's Chain, and if you want to get this one, you need to head to the big main Goblin building inside the Goblin Camp. And then we're going to make our way up through to the right hand side up here, and head through this door. And this is going to take us to the ward pens where Halsin is down here. But we're not going for Halsin, we're coming over to this chest here, and that's where we will find the amulet that we're looking for. I'm just going to use darkness to steal it. And you can see it over here, the Beastmaster's Chain, and it gives you level 1 enchantment spell, Animal Friendship. Next up in the big goblin building we have the Linebreaker Boots, and again we're going to go to the top right, up here to this door, and enter the ward pens. And then we're going to head over to Beastmaster Zerk here and kill him, and he will drop the items we're looking for. You can see it right here, the Linebreaker Boots. And then after you get the Linebreaker Boots from Beastmaster Zerk here in the warg pens inside the Goblin Camp, you can head back over to the body back here, this one here, the pile of bones, and grab yourself the Warg Fang Dagger. If you want to get the 6 unique items listed in this timestamp, you can head up to the Goblin Camp and then go into the big main building. And then you'll find the NPC named Roa Moonglow on the left hand side.
Need something.
And she is one of the main traders for the act and has several unique items. I'm not entirely certain if the unique items in each vendor is set or if it's just like randomized between a set amount of unique items. But I have these ones. It might be different for you. Again, I'm not sure, but it's still worth it to check every vendor to make sure you get every item you want. So I have the Blooded Great Axe, the Monster Slayer Glaive, the Gold Wormling Staff, the Amulet of Elemental Torment, and I also have the Bow of Awareness here, and the Hunter's Dagger, and that's the 6 unique ones that were for me. They might be different for you. The next item I'm going to show you is a large quest reward. It's Wapira's Helmet, and you get it for defending the grove from the goblin invaders. Basically, you had to kill all of the goblins inside the big goblin building, the 3 main bosses, and you can't use Minthara and then betray her either, or you won't get the reward. So make sure you just kill them all there.
A scout.
And then once you get back, make sure you collect this from him, and don't let him keep it, because if you let him keep it, he won't give you the helmet. So hit thank you.
But perhaps we need not speak of farewells.
And then you should get the reward right now.
If we get separated or need to break camp fast, remember, fine.
Right here. Next up we have the Absolute's Warboard and Absolute's Talisman, and once again we're inside the big goblin building, the main building, inside the goblin camp. And to get these 2 items you'll need to talk to Priestess Gut in the very center, right here. And then she'll walk over this way into this room, and then she'll try to have you remove your tadpole and all that, and then you can just either kill her or get abducted by her, and then somebody else will kill her, and then she'll be dead either way. And then you'll get the 2 items here, the Absolute's Warboard and the Absolute's Talisman. Next up we have the Amulet of Misty Step. If you want to get this amulet, you need to head to the big goblin main building again and the goblin camp, and then go to Priestess Gut and progress that little RP event where she walks back in here, and then do this part, and eventually you'll gain access to this door here and enter that door. And then you'll see Palma here. She's not hostile at first, so you can just run past her. And then over here in this gilded chest, you'll find the Amulet of Misty Step. And if you want the Faithbreaker weapon, you can head up to the very top of the big main goblin building inside the goblin camp. And at the very top, you kill the Dror Ragzlin boss goblin leader. And whenever you kill him, he will drop you the weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and fight him. And then I'll skip the fight and show you the weapon dropping. And then once you kill him, he should drop the Faithbreaker weapon as long as another specimen. And then directly after you finish off Dror Ragzlin here in the big goblin camp, you can head up the stairs this way. And back here there will be a door.
Quickly then. Within reach.
Go ahead and open it. And now you can loot all this. And then you get Amulet of Saloon's Chosen, Gloves of the Growling Underdog, and Spring Step Boots. Oh, and also you get this Infernal Iron, which is a quest item for Karlach, and you give that to Dammon and have her in your party. You need 2 of them, and he'll give you some items. And then for the final goblin raid leader that we have to kill, Night Warden Minthara, back here in the top right hand corner, drops us the Spider Silk Armor, the Boots of Striding, and this mace here. Do note that she is a character that you can actually recruit into your party if you're a bad guy character, so if you want her as a group member, don't kill her, because you can get her as a group member. And then right after you kill Minthara in the top right hand corner of the big goblin building in the goblin camp, you can go to the back right hand corner right here at this gilded chest, and you'll find yourself the Water Sparkers. If you want Sorrow or the Robes of Summer, you'll need to defend the grove from the Goblin Raider attack in Savehausen. And then once that's happened, you can head back to the big stone door in the Druid Grove.
Alright.
And then you're going to go back to Roth, back here. And he's going to reward us for saving Hausen.
I cannot imagine taking on a...
And he will give us a Rune of the Wolf. You can also pickpocket it from him if you decided not to save Hausen. And then head back this way. Place it here. And then you can go ahead and click all 4 of these. Also, while I'm here, there's a Mind Flayer specimen right here.
In that vessel.
If you want one of those.
Take a closer look.
And then once this is clickable, head back over here. You'll find Sorrow sitting right here. And then you'll find the robes sitting inside
There's
here.
a wicked edge
This one
to
grants you
this.
resistance to cold damage, and this is Sorrow. And now that I've saved the Druid Grove, and I've pretty much been to every single spot in the topside map, I'm going to go ahead and head down to the Underdark. There's several ways you can get down to the Underdark. The first couple off the top of my head are the one in the Xantrum hideout, I think that's how you pronounce that. And then there's one here at the Goblin Camp in the big building, where you talk to Priestess Gut, and then there's a little door here by her corpse over here. This is the way I'm going to take to go in. You can either fight and kill her, or persuade her to let you live, and then just head back this way. And then there's going to be a puzzle here. I'll go ahead, since I've already solved the puzzle, I'll go ahead and explain what you need to do. You just need to put these all to empty. The ones with the light shining on it just need to be empty, and these all need to be full. It's pretty easy to do. You'll figure it out after a few seconds of messing with it. And then this door will open after you solve the puzzle, and then you can make your way down to the Underdark. And I'll see you at the next item. And right off the bat, when you first come into the Underdark here at the Selûnite Outpost, there is an item in the chest right here. So go ahead and lockpick this door.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
It is a 20 class, so it's a little tough. Go ahead and lockpick this. And here is the item that we're looking for. It's also worth noting that this door is openable, and there's a chest over here, but it didn't have any items in it for me, so it might for you, might be worth checking. Next up we have the Spectator's Eyes and the Blast Pendant, and these are just right outside the Selûnite Outpost. I just went up this way, out this little door here, and then I'm right here. You can see it right here. This is the path I went through this open window. Climb down these ropes here, and then once you get over here, there's going to be a boss fight between a spectator, and then these guys are going to become unpetrified. There's a boss one called Dorn or something like that, and he drops a amulet when you kill him, and that's completely up to you if you want to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and kill him and get the amulet, and I'll go ahead and start the fight, and I'll see you on the other side. And once you finish this encounter, you can loot the spectator for the Spectator's Eyes.
Drinking an earth elemental's blood.
And then you can go over here and loot Dorn for the Blast Pendant. And then you also want to pick up the Icy Help because you'll need this later for an item. And then directly after the spectator fight that you did up here, you can head down this way. And then once you reach here, there's going to be something that comes through. It's a little mini fight. You can go ahead and fight that guy and kill it. If you kill it before it runs away, you can loot it and get the Bloodguzzler Garb. And then once Ballette's dead, you can loot her and loot the item right here. And then next up, directly after Balette, that we just killed here in the Underdark, we're going to head over this way. Go ahead and break these spider webs. And then we're going to lockpick this chest here.
A resupply stash.
And you'll find the Drow studded leather armor right here.
Left anything good?
If you want the slippery chain shirt or the sickle of Bual, you'll head to the Underdark in between the Arcane Tower and the Selûnite Outpost right here. We're going to jump over to here where there is this little hidden area. Just blow up this thing right here before you jump. And then go down this rock. Pick your most deceptive character and then head over here. We need to turn these guys on their god. Become their new god.
You, the Lord of Murder, demands sacrifice.
Well placed. Whoa. A sacrifice. Yeah.
Shut it, you.
Go ahead and I'll just kill you and claim it. Now we can kill Bual. Alright.
What is to be your first command?
Go ahead and pickpocket it. I just throw down darkness and pickpocket. Here, let me do this. There we go. Now I have that. Just gonna go back over here. blow this up. Before you jump over there, I recommend blowing that up so you don't go off the cliff. Unless you want to go off the cliff.
Someone's been rifling through the wrong pocket. You're on.
Go ahead and lockpick this. And disarm it as well. And you'll find the slippery chain shirt right here. And next up in the Underdark, we have the Skybreaker weapon, and it's over here in this corner right here where I'm at. You'll need to go do the Spectator, kill Boulette here, come through here. This is the path that I took. And then now I'm here. There are 2 sentry turrets here and here. They have the medium toughness thing where they don't take very much damage unless they take a big hit. So hit them hard, and they are weak to electricity. I used electric arrows to easily kill them. And then you can lockpick this chest right here. That's in this corner after you kill the turrets.
Hardly a challenge.
And you'll find the weapons sitting right here. And next up we have the Arcane Tower. I went ahead and entered through the front door after killing the 2 sentry turrets. And right here, where I'm at now, right when you come in, there'll be a door over here. Just go ahead and enter. There'll be a perception check for this chest right here. And when you open it, it's just going to look like regular items, but if you open each item, it actually will turn into an item. And here's the item that we're looking for, Mistra's Grace. And then I'll go ahead and show you the rest of what it gives. And that's how you get that. For the next item, we'll need to power the elevator in the Arcane Tower. So come around back to where I am now. I just went out the door and jumped down from the mushrooms and went this way. Now I'm right here. I'm going to pick up something over here, unlock this door, and then go inside. Pick up the Sussar Bloom.
I feel cold. Empty. What are those flowers doing to me?
Go ahead and come inside here.
Yes, let's.
Then you can head over to this. And then stick this right here. And that will turn the power on for the elevator. Then we can make our way back up. Go ahead, ascend once more. And this is where we first came in, and then one more time. Then head back over here. And it should be over here somewhere. Let's see. Right here, Mage's Friend. And then from the chest with the ring in it and the Arcane Tower, we are just going to go down to the floor with the plants on it. And the reason we're doing that is so we can read these books. If you've already read the books, you don't have to do this. Just to note, there are Timac spores here for a quest you get. And there are also Tongue of Madness over there. So if you need those for a quest, pick them up, and I recommend saving them. And now we're going to go back up. Head over this way and read the Dusty Book. Head back over this way. Ascend one more time. Go around here to this table. Read the torn out paper. and then go over here and read the Roads to Darkness. And now we can head up to the top floor and talk to Bernard.
You know these words. They are from the opening stanza
And you
of
can
a play
say
found in
this one here. How can I trust? And now he'll walk over here and put a ring on this table. You can see it here, Guiding Light. And now with this ring, you can see an extra button that takes you to the basement if you put it on. There it is.
Of course.
And then after you get Guiding Light from Bernard, here in the Arcane Tower, you can go over to this little stool right here and flip it upright. Take a seat on it.
What is this? Power.
Hop off, and then now you can destroy it. This camera's bugging out.
Vexing chair.
And then you can loot it. And here is the Club of Hill Giant Strength. And next up we have the Light of Creation weapon. And if you want to get this weapon, you'll need to kill Bernard in the Arcane Tower at the top floor. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once he's dead, you can loot the Light of Creation off his body right here. And now that you have the Guiding Light ring, you can go to the basement. And then over here you'll find the Staff of Arcane Blessing, as well as more Tongue of Madness. Let's look for the staff, I'm not seeing it. There it is. And then also right over here, you have the Sparkswall. And then I really want to go show you one other spot that I completely forgot existed. Go ahead and ascend one floor. Then go right over here and open this gilded chest. And you'll find the Uncovered Mysteries. And next up we have Phalar Aluve. And I'm just going to make my way from here up through this way. So if you want to follow along with me, I'm going that way. But the sword right here is Phalar Aluve. Sitting over here, and you'll need to pass a check.
Slender drow
Looks like Strength or Religion. I'm going to do Religion.
Before you, keeping a sound vigil.
Let's try again.
This blade was a warrior's sacrifice.
And that's how you get Phalar Aluve. Can't seem to click it just yet. Hold on. Next up we have the Amulet of the Unworthy. And if you want to get this amulet, you'll need to come to where I am now. Just right after Phalar Aluve, near the Selunite outpost. Right up here. You're going to run into a Minotaur. This one here is a big club, and he is the one that drops the amulet. There's some more enemies. I believe another Minotaur right here. And there's another enemy as well that pops up. So go ahead and fight these guys, kill the one with the club, and then I'll see you on the other side. And then once he's dead, go ahead and loot the amulet right here. Next up we have the 13 items listed in this timestamp all in one place. So go ahead and talk to Blurg. I'm going to do it as Lizelle, because she gets advantage on one of the interactions. Go ahead and hit 1.
It's curious to find a gift Yankee.
1 again.
Why do you not seek...
Explain the whole story.
Are you looking to have it?
Yes.
Open your mind to me. Let us. But the lava
Open your mind. Can you extract? That doesn't sound ideal. 1.
The design was lost.
1.
There may be a way.
1.
But Timusks cause confusion in those.
2. Go ahead and hit leave, and then re-talk to him.
I greet you, child of the stars.
And then say, I found those mushrooms you were looking for. If you don't have the Timax spores or the Tongue of Madness from the Arcane Tower, you can go down there. There's like 100 of them. Well, not 100, but enough to do this quest.
I greet you, child of the stars.
Go ahead and hit, I found the mushrooms you were looking for.
You must drink the entire.
Drink the potion.
The world loses its edges.
Do your saving throws.
Finer boundaries. You are fluid.
Gonna use some inspiration up.
Like a creature suspended in amber. Dark fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs the pit.
That lava.
I felt it grow.
Outcome was not in my. I would offer it.
And now you can use her as Githyanki since they have a unique interaction to get advantage on getting the ring for free.
Is there anything you could offer me?
So I'm going to use this advantage roll to get the ring for free.
That may of course.
And that is the Ring of Mind Shielding. And now I'm going to show you their inventory.
I greet you, child of the stars.
For me, they have the Creation's Echo, the Pearl of Power Amulet, the Boots of Stormy Clamor, the Ring of Salving, and the Shade Spell Circlet. And then next we can move over to the other merchant, who also has a bunch of unique items.
Back. Have you made any new discoveries?
In the Boots of Genial Striding, the Circlet of Blasting, the Baneful, Psychic Spark, Cinder Shoes, the Sunwalker's Gift, the Lifebringer, and Mel's First Staff. And that was a lot of reading, but that is all, I think I said 13 items that you can just get right here in the Myconid Colony. And for those of you that are following along with me, I just picked up this quest over here from Sovereign Spaw to kill the Draugr. And then I'm going to pick up Glut over here, and he's going to become a follower.
Into memory.
It revealed.
But I have.
And I'm going to hit very well, you may join me. And now he's a pet of mine, and he has this ability where he can resurrect dead bodies, and you can actually use that on the Minotaur and Bullet and any of the big monsters. That's what I'd recommend. Just know that if you attack him or kill him or whatever, both monsters become hostile, so you'll have to fight him again. And if you want to get the 6 items that are listed in the timestamp, you can come to the Myconid Colony. And then you're going to want to speak to Darylithir.
Well?
And then you'll find the Amulet of Restoration, the Corrosive Flail, Gloves of Hail of Thorns, the Herbalist Gloves, the Ring of Jumping, and the Caustic Band. And that's how you get this 6. And for those of you that are following along with me, you can go ahead and take the quest from her that has you find her missing husband. Alright, and then after you get the quest to rescue the Mushroom Picker from the vendor over here in the Myconid Colony, you can head over this way and down the Knotted Roots. Once you reach the end of this, it's going to trigger a cutscene. You can just do 1 as the dialogue.
You recognize
Then we'll go ahead and walk. Try to avoid popping the mushrooms. Loot these 2 here. Use 1. And and jump over here. Talk to him.
My pack.
Do one. And now that he's out, we can travel back to the Myconid colony. Head up over this way.
Subtle steps.
And he'll be on his way back. Just give him a second.
Balin, there you are. Did you bring the noble stock?
The what?
Noble stock? The mushroom?
I knew
Gotta
I was
wait for them to
forgetting
stop
something.
talking.
What?
Sorry, love.
Absolutely worthless. Bloody worthless.
Alright, now she should give you a quest reward.
Look at that. I suppose his hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back.
The gloves of uninhibited Kushigo.
Think, Balin, think.
And if you want one of the 3 Sussar weapons, you can head over to the Myconid colony in the Underdark and over to this bridge. You'll need a dagger, sickle, or great sword, depending on what type of Sussar weapon you want. And then give her Psionic Jump. This is how I'm going to do it. You can do it the old-fashioned way if you want. But I'm going to jump across here, over to that. He's going to be hostile, but that's fine. Go ahead and grab the bark. And I'm going to go ahead now and jump back. Well, I don't have enough speed, so let's go ahead and dash so I can get more, and then do this. Then we can flee combat. And now that I have the Sussar tree bark, we can head back to the Blighted Village on the top side. Then head over to this door here. It's going to be locked. If you're bad at lock picking, you can come up here and jump down this hole. Head over to the forge and stick the tree bark in there. It's going to make it nice and blue, and then we hit this thing here. And stick whatever weapon base you want in.
The roaring, the flame.
And that is how you get the Sussar dagger. And for those of you that are following me the old-fashioned way and not leaving just yet, you can, instead of jumping over to the Sussar tree and going and getting that, you can keep going down this way and come up over here, and we need to kill Filro the Forgotten right here in the Underdark near this waypoint. And he will drop a piece of a weapon we're going to get later called Morning Frost, and that piece is the Icy Crystal. So we need to kill this guy, and then he'll drop the Icy Crystal. I'm going to go ahead and skip the fight. And then once you kill him, you can loot his body and pick up the Icy Crystal here. And right after you get the Icy Crystal from over here near the Sussar tree, you can head to right here, and right here will be a tombstone. Go ahead and click it. This item doesn't have any stats, but it is a unique item that you can wear.
In memory, as you.
And I figured some of you out there would find this one useful.
It must do something. Damned if I know what, though.
And next up we have the Short Sword of First Blood. And to get this sword, you just come to right here in the middle of the Underdark. This is pretty close to the Myconid colony waypoint, and also pretty close to this one. But just right here, there's going to be 2 executed deep gnomes. On one of them, will be the sword. There it is. And next up we have the Exterminator's Axe and Boots of Speed. And to get these, you'll come down to the middle part of the Underdark near the Sussar Tree or the Myconid Colony. And then you'll find the Gek-Kol NPC right here. And you'll need to kill him to get the axe. And then he will drop a antidote that you'll take back to the Myconid Colony and cure the Deep Gnome, and she'll give you the boots. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Tread carefully.
Go ahead and do the fight and then show you the items.
Gek!
And then once you kill the final guy, you can loot Gek here. After I take this rock off of it. And you'll find the Exterminator's Great Axe right there. As well as the Draugr Amulet, or Antidote rather. So we're going to go back to the Myconid Colony. And we'll take the Antidote up here to Thule.
Don't.
Mostly.
Eyes.
Take the boots.
No.
And now we have the Boots of Speed. And now that we killed the slavers over here in the center area near the beach, we can head back to the Myconid Colony and turn in the quest. And also, if you have Icy Crystal and Icy Helve from earlier timestamps, you can go over and get the other piece.
With a harrowing elegy.
Turn the quest in, and he'll open the door. And now we can go over here.
Can't keep getting lost like that.
And you can go over here and find the final piece of the weapon, Icy Metal, right here. And the helmet, Shadow of Menzo Baranzan. And we'll combine them together. With this. And there is the Morning Frost weapon. And here is Shadow of Menzo Baranzan. And for those of you that are following along with me, I'm now going to go over to the other side, to the Grim Forge. And you can do that by heading to the Underdark beach here. And then you can take this big boat. I'm going to return later with the head to give to the Sovereign Spa. And then after I give it to him and get the reward for that, I'm going to kill him to get the reward from Glut. And right off the bat, when you take the boat to go to the Grim Forge from the Underdark, you'll get ambushed by some people on the boat, and make sure you attack them if you want to get the Intransigent Warhammer, because you'll have to attack them.
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murk.
Go ahead and skip. Should get attacked.
You, where's Gek? Who are you?
Just attack him. And there should be a chest, yep, right here. That's where we'll find the weapon. And you'll find it right here. If you want to get yourself the Wondrous Gloves, you can head to the Grim Forge. And then right down here, there will be a rock you can climb down. And then you can just head right over here, and then you'll enter a cutscene after you click on this chest.
This rune. An enterprising harbor has...
And you'll realize it's a mimic, and then there will be a fight, and then on that mimic body you'll find the item you're looking for. And I'll go ahead and skip to that. And then once the mimics are dead, you can loot them. And you will find the Wondrous Gloves right here. If you want the 3 items listed in the timestamp, you'll head to the Grimforge where you first get in, and head down this way, and there is a vendor named Corsair Grayman. And he sells the 3 items that we are looking for. Next up in the Grimforge, we have the Protecty Sparkswall. So just come to right here where I'm at, by the Elder Brithvar and Corsair Grayman, and give yourself triple jump on a character with high strength or far jumping. You can get the Ring of Jumping from a timestamp earlier if you don't have Lysel's psionic jumping abilities.
I know what to do. Donald's joined up too. Drunk. The culprits are spreading like flies on shit.
Then go ahead and jump over here. And you'll find the item you're looking for right here. Next up we have the Fetish of the Calarduran Smooth Hands. And I recommend bringing a character with high perception and a source of theft like darkness. Go ahead and throw it down. And start looting corpses till you find it, and it's right here.
You got a brain of your own. Use it.
And if you want to get yourself the Sharran Crossbow, you'll need to come up to the top above the waypoint here, right by where the animals are. And then there's a chest here that'll need to be lockpicked.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
And when you open it, it'll just say it's a light crossbow +1. But if you pick it up, you'll pass a history check, and then that will reveal that it is a Sharran crossbow. Next up we have the Real Sparky Sparkswall Shield. And to get this one, you'll need to come up to the top up here. Right where I'm at now. And then you'll head down to this rock here. And we're going to go down over here to this chest. You'll need to disarm a trap and also lockpick, so bring a character that can do that.
Take heed. I see a trap.
And in the chest, you'll find the Real Sparky Sparkswall. This next one isn't technically a unique pieces of armor, but they are useful and they are really easy to nab. So go ahead and just grab them from right here on your way up. And you'll find them right here, the Dark Justiciar Helm and the Dark Justiciar Mail. Next up here, above the waypoint right here, there's going to be an encounter with a guy who's beating on some animals. You can go ahead and use a Speaks to Animals potion or the spell. And then persuade these Deeproth to clear this rubble for us.
That rubble needs clearing, and my patience is hanging on by an arse whisker. Don't something spook the dumb shits. So you got no need to know, and I got no need to tell. So get to caning or to leaving.
A slight glint catches your eye.
Just give me a second to get through all this dialogue.
Don't get any smart ideas. Now, go on.
No more. No
Try to persuade this monster
work. All must die.
to attack its masters. I'm going to use Inspiration since I failed.
All right.
And now we can kill these guys and clear this way out. I suppose you don't have to kill these guys, but I'm going to after this gets cleared.
Not enough cat. I almost feel bad about this. They have lost it. Put him down.
And the reason I wanted this cleared out is just so I could presume my quest through here up to get more items. And if you're following along, you'll need to do that. And now if you want the Fire Stoker, the Merrigan Halberd, the Shield Mold, or the Longsword Mold, you can head to where we just cleared the rubble with the animals at the top of the Grimforge. And then we're going to go head up this way. I recommend bringing somebody who can disarm traps, because there's going to be quite a few of them. First one's right here.
How considerate.
And then each of these right here are traps. This thing's a trap. You just need to clear out to the ladder and get down to here, and I'll go ahead and skip to there. Alright, and now that I'm down here with the ladder, I'm going to get all my guys up on here. Switch to Lyzel or anybody that has Mage Hand. Lyzel's very handy. And go ahead and hit the lever. You can see the longsword mold right there. Feel free to jump down and grab it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Whoops.
A steel mold used in forges to cast armor and weapons.
And now we need to lockpick this big door. I believe it was at 10 DC. Or 15, 10 or 15, maybe 12. Yeah, 12. And you can head in here. Come to this body right here that's hanging. Go ahead and grab the key, and then you can find the shield mold for the adamantite shield right here. Then you can use that key to open this door. There's going to be some demons inside, so be ready to fight. And wait for everybody to get close, and then open it. And I'll go ahead and kill all these enemies and skip to the end of that so I can show you the loot. And once they're all saved, you can loot the Merrigan Legionnaire here for the halberd. Again, this isn't a unique item really, but it's still pretty good.
Another mask.
And then you can go over here
Surprisingly heavy.
and grab this unique item, the Fire Stoker. And that's how you get those ones. And now back at the waypoint in the main part, you can head over to this door over here. Come inside, come back here, and you'll need to pass a perception check for a button. There it is. Come in here and grab the Smokepowder Satchels. You'll need these to blow up the big rock cave-in. If you want the Bracing Band or the Armour of Uninhibited Kashigo, you need to head to the Grimforge, and you need to bring the Boots of Speed. If you don't have these yet, go back to a previous timestamp. I already did that one. And once you're over here, come and talk to Thryn.
Hit move, Hoon.
Let's do 2.
It is Near's head that concerns.
1.
Get Near out, and you'll have the abs.
1.
They don't get paid soon. I'll have a rise.
I'll take care of it. And that's the reward. Right there is the chess piece. And here's the ring. And if you want the Cap of Wrath, the Ring of Absolute Force, the Boots of Speed back, the Deep Delver Weapon, the Sword of Screams, and the Disintegrating Nightwalkers, as well as Nir's Head for the quest reward. You can come to the very bottom after we did all the other steps we already did. And then we need to blow up this wall. It's pretty simple to do. You should have the Smokepowder Satchels that I had you get earlier. You can also do a little quest with them to betray Nir and they'll join you, but I'm not going to bother with that. It doesn't give you any extra rewards. So go ahead and throw down your satchel.
Get back. One spark and it'll blow.
And I'll go ahead and blow it up. You'll need to use fire. And then we'll throw the other one, and it should instantly blow up. And that'll release Nir from his little camp. And I'll go ahead and tell you who drops what. Elder Brithfar here drops the Deep Delver. Nir drops the Sword of Screams and Disintegrating Nightwalkers.
Me and mine worked flat out.
She drops the Boots of Speed that you gave back to her and the Ring of Absolute
The
Force.
absolute commands.
And Thud, I think he is somewhere over here, this guy, drops the Cap of Wrath. And I'll go ahead and kill them all and show you the loot. And once you're done killing all of those people, you can loot all the bodies, and then you'll end up with the Cap of Wrath, the Ring of Absolute Force, the Boots of Speed once again, the Deep Delver, the Sword of Screams, and then you'll get Nir's Head and the Broken Moon Lantern for quest items, and the Disintegrating Nightwalkers. And now that we have this loot, we can take Nir's Head back to the Myconid camp and turn that in for a quest reward too. And now I'm back at the Myconid colony after picking up Nir's Head, so we can go turn that quest in.
An efficient path.
Peacebringer.
I brought you Nir's Head.
The Drow's sword in dealing death.
And that gave us the Envoy's Amulet. And now immediately after I'm going to kill him to get another item from Glut. So let me go ahead and find a good spot to blast him. I need a big knockback. I think probably arrows would be the best deal here. And goodbye. Never mind. Let's try that again. And goodbye. One more time. And goodbye. There he goes. And once he's dead, everybody will despawn from their aggro.
Damn it all.
And you can go down here and talk to Glut. And he will give you the Winter's Clutches. And now I'm back at the Grim Forge. I'm going to clear out the Adamantite Forge area and get the loot down that way. So come to where I am now and jump over here.
One true way.
I'm actually just going to grab a waypoint and then take the rest of my people over, so I'm just going to leave them here. You can find the scimitar mold on either that body or this one. I can't remember which one it was. There's also this here that you can use to get over. If you press like these levers here, it'll move it. But I'm just going to jump using a vaulting potion. Gonna take a little bit of damage, but that's alright with me. You can get the splint mold right here. Unfortunately, I'm about to be over encumbered. Let's go ahead and toss some stuff out. And you can find stuff here. And the Dark Justiciar mask sitting here. It's pretty nice. And then come over here and you'll find the mace mold there and the waypoint here. And there's another mold over here for the scale mail. Then after taking the scale mold and killing the enemies that were here, you can head down this way. And we need to go over here and break that. So I'm going to do that on Lizelle and send the rest of these guys over here. You'll need a force damage or a bludgeoning weapon, like a great club, and then you can hit it. That'll let you get the ore. You'll need that to put in the machine over here to make a legendary weapon, or a very rare weapon. I'm not sure what rarity it is. And then you'll need your lock picker to go down here. There's an amulet in this chest here that needs lockpicked, and then there's a Merrigan halberd over here. That's not a unique weapon, but it's pretty good. I already got it earlier in the video. Go ahead and take your stealther and jump him down. Doesn't look like I have. Let me give him a Misty Step scroll. You can also use like Feather Fall and stuff like that.
A lava elemental. So
go ahead and lockpick.
Stirred up.
It is a 20 class, so it's going to take probably a few tries. And there's the amulet.
Yes. Can thou endure?
I'm gonna skip this for now and come back later.
The laugh.
Return me, take me home, and thou shalt grow.
I guess I can't skip it, I'll just go through it.
Beneath the rampant joy, you sense the monk's fear and sincerity. You feel
Stow the amulet. Alright. And that's all you can get down here. Now I'm just gonna head back up to the waypoint. Next up, before we go down to the forge, I want to grab you guys another mithril ore. And to do that, all you need to do is head back to the adamantine forge waypoint. Just walk straight down through here. Can't miss it. Jump here. And then come around the corner, and that's where I'm at now. And there is an ambush of magma mephits, and there's a bunch of them. And all you need to know really is they do a lot of fire damage, and they explode when you kill them. So they are very light. You can throw them if you want to like throw them away and then kill them by range. That's a good way to handle it. That's what I did. And then you can come over here to the vein and get your bludgeoning / force damage going. And there's your other mithril ore. And now we're going to head back over down that way. And last but not least, if you want these 6 weapons, armor, or shield that is on screen, as well as Grimskull, you'll head to the large center of the adamantine forge under the waypoint here. And you'll click the mold chamber. Then you'll pick whichever mold that you want to use for the item. Refer to the things I put on screen. And I'm going to choose longsword, so let me find that. Go ahead and drag it in. And then you can click this to insert your adamantine, or your mithril rather. And I'm going to have Lizelle just stay here, standing right here on top of this. And the rest of them can go over here. I'm not going to do like a boss guide for the boss, but all you really need to know is that you can't really damage him unless he's superheated. You can hit him with the hammer, so know that. And I'm going to go ahead and kill the boss and show you the Grimskull dropping, and show you the mithril weapon as well. And I'll also mention before I start the fight, you can pull this lever here to drop lava out in the room. These things are the safety spots, and the lava is what superheats him to make him vulnerable to damage. Bonk. Now we'll go pick up the helmet.
Conquest is mine.
And there is the Grimskull helm. And we should check the mold. There it is, adamantine longsword. And that brings me to the very end of the video. I believe that's every single unique item in Act 1. If I missed any, please do let me know, and I'll make like a unlisted video and pin it in the comments, like a little patch. And yeah, if you like the video, subscribe. I do guides like this for all kinds of games, or will be all kinds of games. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.